Okay, welcome back everyone, Zaf here. Now, a question I keep seeing popping up over and over again is which artifact sets are the best? So why don't we just test it out? I don't mean just verbally telling you this one's better, this one's better, no. We're gonna test it right here using a very fair comparison. Now, the way I'm gonna do that is very simple. We're gonna take off our weapons and only use one weapon here, that being Westwind. It is the best weapon to test damage out on because it only has one shot, and it's very consistent in its damage, and we will make sure that we are consistent because we're going to reset our stats and put so much into perception to give us a higher precision stat. You'll see why. So let's reset this, and now you can see if we go to our stats, we have 68.89% precision, and this influences our damage, basically adjusting the minimum amount of damage we do when attacking. So the higher the stat is, the less variance in our damage. So let's boost it up, I don't know, probably up to, let's say, 200. Let's see, will that give us 99%? We can quickly check. And there we go, almost there. Now we're at 92%, let's do another 50. Doesn't matter what our stat's at, let's do 70 actually, just to be sure. 98%, let's do 20 more. You know what, let's just pump our stat up. This should be enough to give us 99%. If not, then something is wrong. Perfect. 99%, that's a max. Let's put the rest into strength. Very simple. Now, the next thing we have to do is talk about artifact sets. We're gonna look at, I think, 3 or 4 artifact sets. Let me show you. I should have them prepped here. We're gonna do Warmonger, Burning Curse Armed, and honestly, there isn't any other artifact set here that we really need to test. I mean, there are some situational artifact sets here, but comparing these 3 are probably the best options. Warmonger provides a lot, and I mean a lot, of attack. So up to 24% attack, a very high number. And then we have the curse set, of course, giving us a force set effect of 20% damage, and it keeps stacking up every 1 second. And then we have the arm set, giving us a 5% attack bonus, and also ignoring the user's offense for 15%. Also very good. The arm set will just show us how much better the other 2 sets are. That way we get a good comparison. And also on that note, do not forget to support us on Netmarble Supporter Program. We still have thousands of codes to give out. We're ranked number 1 for a reason, so make sure you support, otherwise you are missing out. And now in the top left of the screen you'll see I added in a chart for Warmonger, Burning Curse, and arm sets using 4 of each. And we will test out the crits as well. So this will just be the damage average without using any crits, and I'll test it again with crits just because we'll also throw in the toughness set just to see the damage bonus, because without crits, well, the toughness set won't deal any more damage than any other set. It'll just have our base damage. So in the next test I will do that as well, and I'm just trying to think, maybe as well what I should do is do 2 set curse for the 10% bonus and do 1 other set. The only set that comes to mind is the arm set. That's the only other set that provides a damage bonus. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else missing here. That should be the only set providing a damage bonus. Yeah, that should be it. So we will do that as well, doing 2 set Burning Curse and 2 set Armed. I'll add that to the list. That way we know which one is better. And also I want to mention, for the Warmonger set, you have to remember, it does take a few attacks to get all these stacks in. So I will consider that when using our curse set effect, making sure these stacks match up based on the amount of time we're in the match. That way it is a fair comparison. And also I guess what I could do is also test the curse effect all the way stacked up to max to see how much more damage it can deal potentially than other sets if we do have that full 100 stack. So let's see, let's do all these comparisons. That way we know which artifact set provides the biggest bonus. So I actually went ahead and changed the sheet just a little bit, just to make a bit more sense out of it. So Warmonger, Burning Curse, and Armed, we'll do a 4 set effect of each, and then do 2 set Armed, 2 set Curse. And the reason why we're not doing 2 Curse and 2 Warmonger is because the arm set is better, just from the stat bonus it provides the 2 set mark. So that's why we'll do Burning Curse times 2, Armed times 2, and then Burning Curse times 4 with 100 stacks, and then Armed at 2 and Curse at 2 with 100 stacks, just to see which one is better. Oh boy, this is gonna be one fun time, clearly. So let's see which set is better. And for our testing, I'm going to exclude all these set effects, so attack percentage, defense pen, damage increase, to make sure the damage is representative of just the set effects. So if I apply this, we should have enough artifacts here, with the exception of Curse for boots, but everything else should be okay. Yeah, from what I can see here, it should be fine. So that'll just be a very, very minor variance. I'll make sure to pick something that isn't that good. So, for example, I'll keep damage increase, for example, if we can find it in Curse. Yeah, so that'll be okay. Not a huge difference. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll pick boots, for example, on each set that do have damage increase, just to make sure it's a fair comparison. And yes, I will look at the main set effect as well, making sure there's nothing there to influence our damage. So going into this, we'll always have around 6,300 attack, just to make sure everything is routine, to ensure minimum variance, including damage increase, defense pen, etc. Everything should be standard. And I made sure to go back and make sure every single artifact set is correct, so 1.88 will be our damage increase and everything else will be standard. So I'm going to show you how it's going to work out for our damage test. So since we have the Warmonger set, we have to get all our stacks in, very important. So we're going to jump in, do some damage, get those stacks in. Remember, we need 8 stacks. So right now we have 2 of each, now we have 3, now we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 8. And now we're going to use Westwind because we got hit, and 330. That was our damage amount. So 330,000, and let me just show you how little variance there is. So I'm going to hop back in, do the exact same thing, so you understand how precision affects our stats in terms of our damage output, because it makes our minimum damage basically the same as our maximum damage. So you'll see here, do the same thing, get 8 stacks. Takes a little while with this set. There was a cooldown, I think, of 0.5 seconds. So clicking, there we go. Now we're going to use Westwind, and we're going to miss it, of course. Typical bear. They need to add a damage testing dummy like yesterday. Such a pain. Watch us crit this time around, so we're going to wait. Do your stupid little move. Okay, that's fine. And now we're going to use Westwind, and watch this. So again, basically, it'll always be the same. So around 330,000. Now also, I'll go ahead and get around, let's say 20-ish curse stacks, because it does take around 20 seconds to get the Warmonger stacks off. So very important, we make it consistent. So around the 20 stack mark, that's when I'll use the curse set Westwind. So around the 20 stack mark on curse, that's when I'll do my test to see how much damage we deal. So I'm going to do all the testing, that way we can jump right back in to see which sets are the best. And actually, let me show you the curse damage amount just so you can see the difference these sets have. So we'll get around, let's say 20 stacks, let me show you. We're just going to wait for that number to go up and up and up. There we go, 20 stacks, and the damage is 319. So that is a bit less than Warmonger for sure. Let's continue and get all the way to 100 stacks and test it again. That way we can see the damage difference, of course. And I exited out because I didn't want to keep dodging the bear for 3 minutes. So now we're getting 100 stacks and do 1 attack, see how much damage we deal. And my guess is we will be just a hair above the Warmonger set. That's my assumption, so let's see. Here we go. We're going to use it, and how much damage will it be? We crit, of course. Let me reset that. Let's wait for the Westwind stack to go off. That way our damage is influenced. Okay, one more time for Lady Luck, and we got 665 again. We crit. Fantastic. Let's try that again and wait 30 more seconds. Okay, here we go. Please do not crit. Why do I not get this RNG when I normally play? And we crit again. Beautiful. At least we got our crit numbers down. So not much of a loss, but now I have to reset the run. Let's do that again. Okay, so round 75. I hope to give us a testing dummy where we can basically mimic our stats too. That would be so much easier. So let's see, how much damage will this be? No crit, please. And of course, we crit. Wow. We won't stop critting for some reason. How come I'm not getting this regular RNG when I do my normal gameplay? It is what it is. Let me just cut to when we don't crit. And for round 75 for our crit series, we crit again. Here we go, please do not crit, and 340. Thank goodness. So I was 10 higher than our initial test. Interesting. So as you can see, if you have 100 stacks, Burning Curse is actually the best here. I know for a fact armed won't be the best, but at least we know Burning Curse at 100 stacks is first, then Warmonger is next, then Burning Curse at around 20 stacks, so not too bad in terms of damage. So let's do 2 Curse and 2 Armed, and then do 4 Armed, just to compare all the damage results, and of course at 100 stacks as well, just to make sure we test every little thing. And for the arm set, it was much weaker. We had around a 285,000 average, so quite weak if you ask me. That's around 10% weaker than our last 2 sets. But let's go ahead and try 2 armed and 2 curse, maybe that'll be much better. And of course that'll be at 20 stacks to make it fair. And we'll do 100 stacks as well, just to get the full picture. My assumption is this might be better than running 4 curse at 20 stacks. That's my guess. This might be just under the Warmonger set, we'll have to see. Just because that 5% attack is quite substantial, with the 10% damage bonus. So here we go at 20 stacks, how much damage do we deal? 300. 307 to be exact. So maybe at 100 stacks it'll be much better. Let's test it out, because 307 is quite weak, but it's still better than the armed outcome we had. I'm hoping for some crazy numbers here. And honestly, these stacks take a very long time to go into effect. You know, by this time, our Warmonger set could have killed the boss based on the flat damage bonuses you get, based on the attack bonus, of course. So let's see, at 100 stacks, how much damage we will deal. I'm guessing, actually, this could be better based on the attack bonus we get. I'm kind of surprised 2 armed and 2 curse wasn't better than just running curse. For example, it was still around 5% less, but we'll see. Maybe at the bonus stack amount, we'll deal way more damage. So here we go, 100 stacks, how much damage will we deal? And 328. And I went back just to check every single number out, making sure nothing was out of place, and yeah, turns out Burning Curse, 100 stacks, go figure, was the best set, and here it is in action one more time. Of course, we crit, typical, and last time, no crit please, I'm tired, and of course we crit. I hate testing in this game, let me tell you. Let's try that one more time. Here we go, no crit, come on, for once, and of course we crit again. There's no way someone should crit that many times in a row when their crit rate is what? Let me check. 35%, come on now. Netmarble, you're doing me dirty. And there we go, there is our confirmation finally. This took a lot longer than I thought. So looking at our chart here, you can see Warmonger was the second best set, only when you have Burning Curse at 100 stacks. If not, and you have it at 20 stacks, Warmonger is better. So that means you need at least around 60 stacks to match the damage of Warmonger. Otherwise, you will be behind. So for short battles, Warmonger will always be better. But for longer, drawn-out battles, Burning Curse will be better, of course. I'm kind of surprised how badly Burning Curse and Arm performed, but makes sense. 5% attack versus 10% total damage. So as of right now, Warmonger is the best set in the game, until you reach around the 60-ish mark for Burning Curse stacks. Then at that point, Burning Curse is better. So make sure you choose your battles correctly. Do not use the wrong set. Again, just to clarify, this was 4 times Warmonger, this was 4 times Curse and also 20 stacks, 4 armed, 2 and 2 of armed and curse, with 20 stacks, 4 curse, 100 stacks, and 2 of each of armed and curse at 100 stacks, and these were our final damage numbers. So, hope you enjoyed. This should answer which set is better, and for the sake of toughness and crit, I tested out toughness and it just sucked compared to every other set. So just stick with these 2 sets right here for the most consistent damage. And also on that note, do not forget to support us on Netmarble Supporter Program. We still have thousands of codes to give out. We're ranked #1 for a reason, so make sure you support